I'm your host, Havilahs Malone, and welcome to Inside Havilahs Corner, where every week we're going to be bringing you proof of what's possible in life, whether it's in your relationships, in your business, in your finances, and what's going on in the city. You're going to find out right here on Inside Havilahs Corner. And on this episode, have you ever been sparked by inspiration? Did you make a move? Have you ever wanted to go into entrepreneurship, but you're stuck in a job? Well, listen to these inspiring stories of those who were able to make the impossible possible. We've got Bridget Baker from Creative Jewelry by Bridget. We also have Donald Robertson, the director of Back to Basics Academy, and Miss Michelle Seiler Tucker. Ever wanted to have $1 million business? Yeah, from Capital Business Solutions. Check it out. You're not going to want to miss this one.
Ooh, inside. Havilahs Corner. It's time to tune in. See anything you need, we got you. Wanna succeed, can't nothing stop you. Anything you believe, anything's possible. Inside Havilahs Corner.
We're here in the home of Bridget Baker, who is actually getting creative with her jewelry design. So welcome, Bridget. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Excellent. You're 16 years old right now. While most 16-year-olds are out shopping with friends, at parties, or getting ready for college, you have all this amazing jewelry that you create, this handcrafted jewelry. You started your business when you were 10. Mm-hmm. Yes, when she was 10 years old. So how did that even come about? I mean, most people are scared to go into business even at our age, So how are you able to do it?
Well, 10 days after I got my braces on, my mom cooked me some barbecue turkey necks. And so I bit down on the turkey necks as I had just got my braces. So I wasn't really sure, how to take care of them. So wire popped off the braces. So I'm in pain. So went out to the office in Mandeville, after my dad and I said we were going to go shopping because I'm a daddy's girl. So we love doing things together. And so, finished with the appointment, saw a beading store, went inside. I was taking a look around. I saw, a setup like this. The lady had different gemstones and crystals, and I saw people making jewelry at a table. And so the owner came up to me. She said, "You can learn how to make jewelry by taking beading classes." So my dad said, "If you want to try it, I'll take you back."
So before going into that jewelry store and seeing them actually creating the jewelry, you had never had a real interest in jewelry.
Never.
So this kind of sparked that in you.
And I took 30 beading classes. I loved it so much to perfect my jewelry making talent. And a friend of mine, she threw me a beading show, a jewelry party, and I was only 10 years old, and I made $1,107.
You heard that?
So
$1,107.
I thought I was
at 10 years old.
Yes. So I was like, Mom and Dad, I have to do this as a business, and it's just been on from there.
Wow. So has it been an easy road for me? You walk into a store, you get inspired, you're like, I'm going to start a business, I make $1,000, and has the road just been easy for you, with pursuing this and being an entrepreneur?
Definitely not. I've hit a lot of bumps in the road just from people saying, "Oh, well, you're too young for, different festivals that I might try to apply for." So it's definitely been hard, and definitely trying to channel the creativity, going into the right place, because my thing is I'll put something together, but I'm not going to put it out until it's just right. So sometimes it's very hard to narrow it down and, stop and be like, okay, that's enough, this fine.
So you're facing some of the same, challenges that most business owners are facing, but yet you're sticking with it, you're going forward, and you got a lot of really great accomplishments that have come out of it. So I want you to share with everybody some of the things that you have been doing.
Well, one of my first things, when I was sitting down, I was watching the inauguration with my mom, noticed that Michelle Obama had one of her dresses had Swarovski crystals in it, and I work a lot with Swarovski crystals. So I sat down and, I designed something. I designed a three-piece set, necklace, earrings, and bracelet with freshwater pearls and Swarovski crystals. I also designed some bookmarks for the president and their two girls. Sent that off.
You like, wait, I see Michelle and she looking good, but she can use some of my jewelry.
So so sent that off and received a letter back from her chief of staff indicating that I may be considered as the First Lady's jewelry designer.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yes.
To hear back from, the First Lady, for them to not only appreciate what it is that you're doing, but to consider you for an honor such as that, I mean, that's amazing.
Yes. I was very excited. That letter is in a frame somewhere, put up safe, nice, locked away. Yeah.
Very nice. And then also, because people can find your jewelry where?
Also, my Benda bangles, which I'm wearing here, can be found on QVC.com. So that's really big. We're just pushing that. Right now it's only on the website part, but we want people to go out and buy and make purchases, make orders, so they can see that the sales are increasing, so I can get that TV time on QVC.
Absolutely. So you can go to QVC.com to look up Benda Bangles. It's creative jewelry by Brigitte. I mean, you are doing some amazing things, and your story is such an inspiration to others and to people who want to go into business, or you may see something or have a passion about something, and you got that spark about jewelry and you're pursuing it, and you're getting ready for college.
Yes.
So how's that going?
Well, trying to narrow down decisions. Right now it's between SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design, in Georgia, in Savannah, Georgia, and here Xavier for pharmacy. So I'm very excited. So
college, and then what's next for you? Like what do we have to look forward to from Brigitte?
The main thing, I want my jewelry to be sold nationwide one day. So, I've been in the Sam's Road shows here. I've done all the different Sam's clubs. So, we just want to get bigger and better and go for, bigger and better things.
And you are on the road. Like, you are actually going there. We love being a part of this journey and being able to watch Brigitte as she soars. So this is a woman you definitely want to keep your eye on. Thank you so much for allowing us in your home and talk about all your beautiful jewelry. Because we're going to talk to you later because I'm about to go shopping. So.
Donnell Bailey. I'm 19 years old and I attended Franklin and Marshall College in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. My major would be public policy and government. The best advice that I would give is to pursue your passion or your interests relentlessly. Really driving and going for it despite what people may say or whatever criticism that they may give or cynicism that they may have towards your goal. I think that you really have to really focus on the end goal and not worry about people who are on the sideline per se, because some of those people can really deter you from what path you're trying to walk, but you just have to remain steadfast in what you're pursuing.
Inside Havilahs corner.
I'm your host, Havilah Malone, and we're here with Inside Havilahs Corner. Of course, we're talking with an authority on buying and selling and improving businesses, Ms. Michelle Seiler Tucker. She's been featured on CNN, MSNBC, even in Inc., and she always is about helping people to make their business work for them as opposed to you working for your business. But we want to find out, is there anything she ever thought was impossible that she was able to make possible?
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
You are so very welcome. So you have been an entrepreneur for many, many years. You've actually had over 8 businesses that you've run. So just tell me a little bit about your background. You hailed from California. You're now here in New Orleans and helping businesses really to, get themselves together.
Right. Well, I worked for corporate America, worked for Xerox, which was your competition, by the way.
I know, back when I worked for HP, I know.
So we were competitors. Now we're friends, right? Now on the same side. But at any rate, worked for Xerox, making great 6-figure income, terrific benefits. But I always had this burning desire to be an entrepreneur and be my own boss and, set my own schedule, etc. And I went ahead and took the leap of faith, as so many people want to, but so many people resist and don't do that. I went ahead and started looking for different businesses to look at and to purchase. And I stumbled across this franchise that had 2 locations, and I was actually going to buy one of their stores, and I decided, because I was going to keep my job with Xerox, buy a business and work that on the side. And then they started talking to me about partnering with them, becoming a franchise consultant, franchise developer, etc. So I went ahead and did that, and I did it for 6 months. I kept my day job with Xerox, worked nights, evenings,
So
and
one foot in the pool over here, one foot in the pool over there, as you were making the transition and pursuing the things that you really wanted to do.
Right, because I knew I wanted to go into entrepreneurship, but I wanted to make an educated decision. So I wanted to make sure that what I was going into, I was going to have the passion for and really love it and be able to thrive in it. So and I did that for 6 months, and then I took the big leap, and I ended up making more money in 6 months than the entire year at Xerox. So it was the best decision I ever made.
So that was a great leap to take.
Absolutely. And since then, I've sold hundreds of franchises and hundreds of businesses.
Wow. And so you know what? And a lot of people do have a desire. They may be working in corporate America or working a particular job, and they have a passion for something else. They want to do something else. But there is that fear that maybe holds them back from actually taking that leap of faith, like you said, and actually pursuing what they want to. So kind of what was the process for you? Was it, years you had been thinking about being an entrepreneur, or was it just overnight, like I want to be an entrepreneur, and I just jumped into doing it? So how did it work for you?
Even as a child, I've always had a burning desire. I mean, I have my own lemonade stand. I think it was a little bit of combination of both, actually. I've been thinking about it for a few years, and then I kind of just made the decision and bite the bullet and did it overnight, basically. But again, I took that 6 months to make sure that I was going down the right path. So I kind of always gravitated towards entrepreneurship.
So then were there people, there that encouraged you to kind of go down that path, or, did you get the support that you needed to be able to do it, or were you not supported in those decisions?
Great question, Havilah. I was not supported at all. It's so much easier when you have mentors and you have people that are in your corner, Havilah's corner, cheering you on. But I did not have that support. Everybody was telling me I was crazy, I was an idiot. Why would I leave a great position with a Fortune 500 company with tremendous salary, benefits, etc., and no support whatsoever? So, but I did it anyway. Well, let me take that back. My husband now was supportive, so he would get really mad at me if he watches this interview.
Give him some credit.
But as far as a mentor, I didn't have any mentor to help me along the path.
So then in making those transitions and moving into entrepreneurship, like what was the hardest part of that for you?
I think the hardest part was to drown out all the negative voices that you hear saying you can't do it, you won't be successful, you're crazy. I think that was probably one of the things that most people struggle with the most, but my why was more important and more powerful than all the negative voices that I was hearing. And just making sure I found the right opportunity and the right business venture to go into.
And when you talk about that why, because I know even in your book, Sell Your Business for More Than It's Worth, you try to help entrepreneurs or people who have businesses to figure out what their why is when they're looking to sell the business, or even when they're looking to buy a business, because that why is so important.
It is. And if you don't identify the why, whether you're selling or buying a business, especially buying a business, you'll never pull the trigger. Because you'll listen to all the naysayers, everybody telling you don't do it, you're crazy, you're stupid, you'll never succeed, and you'll never pull the trigger. So that why really has to be strong enough for whatever you do, to get you up in the morning, to keep you focused, to keep you on that path for greatness.
So do you find, because you're also a mother, you're a wife, you're an entrepreneur, you're managing several different businesses, so how do you keep balance with all it is that you do? Do you find some of the things that you need to get accomplished that you kind of like, oh my goodness, this seems impossible, but you're able to actually, do it?
Absolutely. It's a juggling act. So you have to have balance, and I work hard, but I play hard. Like I'm taking the family to Destin. You have to find that time to make sure that you spend time with your children, make sure that you give your husband some love. And it's a balancing act, and you have to schedule your time. You have to manage your time, and I manage my time in units, not minutes. Meaning, when I set up a meeting, I try to think about it in units. We got five units to do this, and another 5 units to do this, etc. And just to try to knock out as many things as I can in the course of the day. And I even try to get up really, really early so I can write and accomplish a lot of stuff before my husband and child wakes up.
Do you get it all accomplished? Like everything that you plan out, did you get it all accomplished?
I never get it all done because my list just keeps piling up, because then I think about this idea and that idea and this great business that I want to partner with. So it's always a work in progress, but you know, I think that's what keeps me excited, keeps me motivated, keeps me moving on, is I'm like a kid in a candy store. I love entrepreneurship. I love business owners. I love to see how a business owner started their business in the garage and grew it into a multi-million-dollar company that it is today. And that's what makes me, you know, that's what makes my blood boil and gets me all excited.
You have a award-winning book, you know, Sell Your Business for More Than It's Worth. You know, people can find that book. It's available on Amazon, or they can go to your website. Was that Michelle Tucker
International.com, and best-selling book, I'm proud to say.
Ow.
That's another thing we have in common, 2 best-selling books.
But thanks for sharing some of your journey with us and some of those things that you were able to make possible in your life, because there's a lot of people who want to go down those same paths or have dreams of entrepreneurship. And so to be able to see someone who's been able to do it, and despite, you know, different difficulties in their life or different obstacles that may be there, being able to move past it. So you're definitely a great example in that. And we look forward to getting some more business advice from you, you know, and later on in our series.
Great, I'm excited. I have lots of tips to give.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. It's Michelle Seiler Tucker and your host Havilah Malone for Inside Havilahs Corner.
I'm a securities broker salesman of primarily Louisiana municipal bonds for supernomes and hurricane improvements and so forth, and a stockbroker. I find it amazing that young people or older people, but you ask them what their gifts are, what is it, their aptitudes, and generally, most of the time, they kind of give you a blank stare and they're not sure, and I try and say, you know, you should invest in yourself and take an aptitude test. Some people, young people, are blessed, cursed, they know what they want to do. If you don't, it's not, are you smart, it's where are you smart? What are your gifts? What are your aptitudes? Invest in yourself. I think it's really important that we invest in our community and our future in New Orleans.
Inside Havilahs Corner.
Hey, it's Havilah Malone. I'm your host for Inside Havilahs Corner, and we are reaching out to you, our listeners, our viewers, our fans, because we're looking for your support. We started this campaign to be able to raise funds because we really want to be able to get important information out to you and to the community about resources that are available, how you can go from where you are in your life to where you want to be in your life. And of course, to be able to create a show like this, it takes funds. So we're going to need your help. So any amount that you are able to donate, we would be so grateful for it. And matter of fact, we would love for you to come on out, participate in the show. Check us out. Of course, the television show is every Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. on My 54 WUPL-TV, and the radio show every Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. on blogtalkradio.com/Havilah. We're going to talk about business, finances, relationships, anything and everything that's important to you, because we're bringing you proof of what's possible in life. Again, I'm Havilah Malone, and you're Inside Havilahs Corner.
Inside Havilahs Corner.
I'm your host Havilah Malone for Inside Havilahs Corner, and we're here at Back to Basics Academy. It's a 33,000 square foot facility that's all on a youth movement right now, creating student athletes. So really bringing them the education in the mind, getting the body right, as well as getting them the training that they need to be in the athletic field. And we're here with the director of the facility, Mr. Donald Robertson. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Excellent. This is an amazing facility. I mean, you've got from soccer to basketball, dodgeball, volleyball. I mean, you really cover just about all the sports here in this facility, but it's not just about the sports.
No, not at all. I mean, it's a true multi-sports complex, but what we do go above sports. I mean, you know, we're dealing with student athletes, we're building an education center within the facility. So from educational, recreational, cultural activities, we have it all here at Back to Basics.
So everything someone would need is right here at Back to Basics.
Absolutely.
This is a dream come true for you.
Well, actually it is. I mean, I've always been around sports.
when actually Marcel Scott and I, who's the founder and head basketball trainer, he kept saying, "Man, Down, you need to come by and check the facility out." So I was like, "You're in Harahan." So I said, "Okay." So I came by, and we were at a basketball game, and I came by and saw the facility. I'm like, "Wow, Marcel, what are you doing with this facility?" So he was like, "Down, I'm doing trainings. I'm having a large amount of student athletes that's coming through here, college players, professionals." But he was like, "Man, I could use you." So Marcel and I, we've been on each other since high school. So we began talking. I met with some of their investors and made a decision to come on board as the director. It's been about 18 months now. Where we were initially, it was a 21,000 square foot facility that offered just the basketball. We made the transition here in September of 2013. So you have, the flag football, the soccer, lacrosse, and the basketball. So I mean,
it's a
now
really good mix of different sports.
You just have a mix of things, and we're just blessed to have a large amount of student athletes throughout the greater New Orleans area, Orleans, Jefferson, St. Charles, and St. John the Baptist Parish that are here. We're also blessed to get a number of professional athletes that come through and do their trainings with Marcel and Carlos. And we have Sean Prevost, who serves as our strength and conditioning coach. I mean, so we're blessed.
And you call them student athletes.
Absolutely. The reason why we do that, I mean, the reality behind it is that, these students are in school, and, we harp on the fact that education is first and foremost. If you're not doing well in the classroom, then you can't play. We were blessed this year with our class of 2014. We had 5 of our student athletes got Division I scholarships. Wow. So, they're able to go on to the next level. So, with that, along with some of our elementary and middle school and high school student athletes, we're able to see them do well in the classroom. I mean, so we have the different programs that we recognize, our student athletes for that.
So what are some of because you said you've gotten a lot of scholarships and things that have come out, a lot of the students have been able to go on to accomplish some really great things in their lives. So what do you think is the biggest thing that when people come here or they participate in this facility that they get out of it?
Well, first and foremost, one, it's a safe haven. You're talking about a facility that's in Jefferson Parish where, the kids come in from all socioeconomic statuses, African American, Caucasian, Hispanics, but they all come in for one thing. That's to be around our staff who are all professionals, to get the programs, the mentoring, the basketball development, all those type of things. We have the motto, train like a pro. So when kids come in here and they see Anthony Davis or Tyreek Evans or Kevin Durant or Lance Thomas, they get excited, and it's like, I too can do that. So, with those realities and all the things that we're doing here, like I said, with the Education Center, our leadership program that we have, the B2B swag and other initiatives that we do, I mean, we're just excited, to offer this. So for me, I am turning my dream into reality, because I always wanted to have a place that was, we were able to do programs, activities, and have youth leagues and things like that. So we get to do all of that.
So everything right here under one
roof.
Exactly. So this has been really a great opportunity to be able to come in, because I see when you were working with the kids, like there's so much passion there. It's not like, oh, I'm just coming in, this is my job.
Well, it's that genuine interest. It's not just about them and basketball. It's them and about life and, just sharing our experiences. I mean, when I was growing up, I wish there was a facility like this where I can come in and sit down and have a talk, with somebody who kind of been there and done that. Yesterday during our summer camp, a little kid got in trouble, and Anthony Davis, here's this big 7-foot-tall player, and he's talking to this 6-year-old, and the mother looks at him, and he was, he just had this conversation with him, and he was like, "Okay, Mr. Davis." So, for kids to see that, like, wow, this is somebody who, was a #1 pick in 2012, but he's in this facility. I'm doing some of the same things he's doing. I'm on the same court with him. I mean, so, when our kids see that type of stuff, and, from our elementary kids to our middle school to our high school to see our college and professionals, I mean, I love it.
And it's really about showing kids what's possible in life.
Absolutely.
And it's so wonderful that the players do come back to this facility to be able to give back and to show them a roadmap of, if you do this, if you do well in school, because that's extremely important, and then you do the work, you do the training, that you can accomplish these goals.
Absolutely.
And this is not the only route either, is just going into professional sports,
Right.
but which is why you have the foundation, the education center, and why that's so important about really feeding the mind of those students.
Right. And with the education center, it's twofold. One, we have, we're going to do the after school programs where kids can come in, and as a parent, you want to be able to have a place where your kids can come in and do their homework, do structured activities, be with tutors and professionals, all under one roof. And by the time they get home, all they're doing is eating and taking a bath and getting ready for the next day. But it's comprehensive and holistic, So, for me, that's the whole beauty of having this facility and being able to do that. Like we say, it's 33,000 square feet, state of the art.
It's a big facility,
Yes.
so you definitely want to come out and join us here. And you have activities all throughout the week, all throughout the year.
Absolutely. I mean, right now with the summer, we're doing summer camps for kids 5 through 14. So they come in, they're doing dodgeball, kickball, fitness activities. Then we do the skill trainings with the kids, to introduce them to what we do at the academy. Then in the afternoon, we have our sessions, our workout sessions with our trainers for basketball development. And then we have our strength and conditioning workout Wednesdays. And, we have parents that come in and work out. We have some adult leagues that come in here and play. And then on Saturdays, you guys came in here, we have our youth league that we do year round. So, I mean, it's just a bunch of activities. It's never a dull moment here.
So 5 and up, you come on in, there's something for you.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, thank you so much for having us here in the facility, for being on Inside Havilahs Corner and really sharing about the great work that you're doing in the greater New Orleans and the surrounding areas, because it's important work and people definitely need to support it.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're listening to Inside Havilahs Corner, and we'll be right back.
I wanted to be a writer when I was a kid. I wrote a lot of short stories, plays. My nieces and nephews and I acted in them. Actually, I guess I am doing it because the career that I'm in now is the film industry. And I am an actress and a stunt woman. I'm a SAG actress and a stunt woman. So, yeah, I guess so. I don't know. That was weird. Thanks for tying that all in for me. Life is way too short to be in a dead-end job, to be in a career that, okay, I'm getting the car and the house and the spouse and the dog. If that's not making you happy, just break taboo. Go do your thing. Go do your thing. Be happy. Do whatever makes you happy, go do it, because tomorrow is not promised to us.
Inside Havilahs Corner.
I'm your host, Havilah Malone, and you can join me every Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. for Inside Havilahs Corner. We're here on My 54, bringing you proof of what's possible in life. Inside Havilahs Corner. Hey, Baker from Creative, really? Creative. And we're here at Back to Basics Academy over in the greater New Orleans area. That's not where we're at. We're here. That's funny. Okay. Right? I can't get around him.
Good thing I just got my nails done today.
I know, right? Look.
Yeah, that's what makes my blood boil. It gets me all excited.
Oh, that is wonderful. And we are going to go. Did I need to
Inside Havilahs Corner. Inside Havilahs Corner.